Last week on MasterChef Australia,
Give me 10 straight away. 10.
they survived Marco Pierre White, but Peter
You're going home. So
couldn't survive elimination.
I feel confident in my abilities, like I could fly out the doors.
Tonight,
Welcome to New York City. Welcome to the time of your life.
your first challenge is going to take you to every corner of this great city.
finding inspiration on the streets of the Big Apple.
There are bright colours, there are loud noises.
There's so many different places to gain inspiration.
Creating their very own New York-inspired dish.
This is a twist on a taco. It's going to be a bit more fancy, a bit more Park Avenue.
I've never cooked lobster before. I have to get it perfect.
The results have the judges reaching for their wallets.
I want to put my hand in my pocket and pay for...
Mate, they taste great.
But for the worst dish of the day,
It is like the worst repercussions of any challenge ever. I am shaking in my boots right at this moment.
at stake for the ultimate series winner, the chance to work alongside the country's top chefs, a book publishing deal, $100,000 to help realise their culinary dreams, and the title of Australia's next MasterChef.
It's week 11 and I have woken up with a whole new appreciation for being here this week. It was so close to me leaving the competition last week. I'm going to make the most of every opportunity I get this week.
Now we are down to top 8. I know the challenges are going to get tougher and the judges are going to be very harsh on us. So, yeah, I'm ready for that.
Hello. Anybody up?
Well, I know that voice. G'day. Anthony Bourdain's here. Welcome.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. Guys, come upstairs. We've got a visitor.
Oh my goodness! Anthony Bourdain is standing right there in our lounge room.
Have a seat. Relax. Well, good to see some of you guys again, and good to meet the others, and congratulations for making it this far. Been having a good time in Sydney, so much so that I thought, really, it's only appropriate that I return the favor. So, you guys will be coming to my hometown. That's New York City, by the way.
Oh my God, we're going to New York!
A couple of minor details here. First of all, things you should know. You're leaving today. Secondly, you'll be in New York for a week. You'll be needing this. Well, what are you sitting around for? You got a plane to catch, guys. Right?
Renaissance, New York Times Square! This is real. Alana has just pulled out Qantas boarding passes and room keys to the Renaissance Hotel. This is awesome. Oh my God!
Alana and Billy, as the star performers in last week's team challenge, you have the special privilege of flying business.
Billy and I are flying business class to New York. We're going to New York.
Meet us at Liberty Island when you arrive. Safe travels, the judges. Well, come on, let's go pack. Come on, go.
It's time to leave the house on the way to the airport. It's exciting. It means there's going to be a new adventure. You're going somewhere different, somewhere new, and yeah, it's just super exciting.
We arrive at the airport, grab our bags, and head straight to the Qantas check-in terminal. Hi, how are you?
Where are you travelling to today?
To New York. New York! Yay!
Today we're gonna be treated like king or queen, and we're gonna relax and chill out in the business lounge before we catch the plane.
Well, should we sit over here?
Sit over here. This is nice.
This is the way we should always fly.
Yeah.
Billy and I are absolutely lapping it up. I feel like a VIP. Cheers.
Well done. Nice to have you on board. You just stay down the first stop.
Thank you so much.
Standing on a plane, toasting a trip to New York doesn't get any better.
Congratulations, everyone.
I've never flown business before. It's pretty special, and we get to like lie on the flatbed. It's so comfortable, like sleeping on feather. Bye-bye, Sydney, and here I come, New York!
We leave the airport and we're crossing over the Brooklyn Bridge. You know, the city of dreams right there, New York City. Skyscrapers as far as the eye can see, and you just know this is going to be exciting, and we're going to have a bit of an adventure.
I cannot believe that I am staring at Manhattan.
Look, there's the Chrysler building. Look. Here's 59th Street.
Oh, look at the top of that one.
Actually seeing Central Park in person, it's so incredible.
Fifth Avenue!
It's just everything that you see on the movies is right here in the flesh in front of me.
The judges said in their note to us they wanted to meet us at Liberty Island. I'm on the ferry, I'm heading there. I can see the big green lady right in front of me, and wow, what a moment. Seeing the Statue of Liberty before me, it feels like a turning point in this competition. I've made it to the top 8. This is just awesome.
We round the corner and there are the judges, and there's immediately that jolt back to reality. Oh, that's right, I'm not just here on a holiday. I'm here in a competition, and uh-oh, something big is coming up.
Welcome to New York City. Welcome to the time of your life. Forget everything you've done so far. What we have planned for you will eclipse all that has gone before.
Your first challenge is going to take you to every corner of this great city. Yes. Today, we want you to dig your fingers into that city. We want you to find out what makes New York City's culinary heart beat. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to send each of you to a different part of the city.
Yeah.
And the best bit, use it as inspiration for a dish of your own.
Oh, that's cool.
The winning dish will earn its maker a valuable sneak peek at tomorrow's challenge. Make no mistake, your dish must be inspired by the streets of New York, but it must be good enough to lay down in the dining room of a Park Avenue penthouse. If your dish is the least impressive, the fun stops today. You'll go straight into an elimination at the end of the week, but more than that, that person will go into lockdown. No more challenges, no more outings.
I will be absolutely shattered if that loser is me. I do not want to be confined to a hotel in the middle of the most exciting city in the world.
Right, now for the rules. You're gonna have 3 hours to explore your corner of New York and bring us a New York-inspired dish. Guys, we're giving you a budget of $200 to deliver us spectacular food. At the end of your tour, you must go to New York's International Culinary Center. where you'll have 90 minutes to cook.
So I've got a few little trinkets behind my back that'll give you some clues about where you're going to go in this big city. Now, the first one, George, you'll love this. Socrates, with a little plaque that says Greece. Alana?
Thank you.
You're going to Astoria, which is New York's little Greece.
Awesome. I don't cook a lot of Greek food, so today's going to be a real challenge for me.
What's next? Sun, up you come. Grab your little memento, back into line. So, Sun, you're going to the Lower East Side because it's famous for its delis.
What I know about American delis is basically pastrami sandwiches, pickles, and maybe bagels.
Michael? These food carts are the essence of the small New York entrepreneur. Every cuisine you can think of. It's not just hot dogs and pretzels.
I guess getting the food cart gives me a lot of freedom. It doesn't confine me to one cuisine or one part of New York.
So, Hayden, what have I got here? You're obviously off to Harlem. It says it on the front of your cap. I thought it was going to be for George, but hey, brother, it's not. It's for you. Come here.
Thanks, Gary. Ta.
Right, Kate, you're next. Let's see where you're going.
Whoa!
You're going to Chinatown.
Great. Thank you. Cooking Asian cuisine is probably not my comfortable area. I love to eat it, but I must confess that I normally buy it.
Danny?
Brooklyn.
You're going to Brooklyn, and it's the home of sustainable food in this city.
Awesome. I really don't have much of a clue what the food culture is in Brooklyn.
Ali? It's the meatpacking district where food meets fashion.
Judging by the handbag, I'm guessing that it's a very trendy area with lots of shops. I just don't know how I'm going to work the shops into a dish.
Billy, the new man in the game. You're going to the Bronx, the real Little Italy.
Awesome. If I'm gonna travel myself in New York, I probably won't venture out to the Bronx. But now, you know, this opportunity is like great. I get to see the Bronx.
You know what we're asking here? We don't want a literal translation. I don't want to see a hot dog on a plate. You're going to go out there and you're going to find the very heart what that area represents. And you're going to make that into something stunning, into something delicious.
This is an enormous challenge for the first day. We're tired, we're jet-lagged. We have no idea where we are. And now we're going to cook a dish inspired by the place we've just landed in. It's pretty crazy.
We expect 8 dishes worthy of the chef that will be joining us on the judging panel. In this city of food gods, this guy is a culinary king. 3-star Michelin. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but can I tell you? You have the weight on your shoulders, not only representing you, but also representing MasterChef Australia. Right, guys, it's a big day. You're in New York. We want to see some home runs, yeah?
Yep.
Great cooking, great food. Go and explore. Get out of here. Come on.
See ya.
Today we've got 3 hours to explore New York, and then we have to cook a dish inspired by that part of New York. We have 90 minutes to cook the dish at the New York International Culinary Centre.
I'm given the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. Wow.
I arrive in Brooklyn and I'm walking down the street, and the first thing I notice is that it has a real community feel to it.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
The first store that really catches my eye is Pharmacy Soda Fountain. It's like stepping back in time. I feel like I'm in a classic 50s diner.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hi, how are you? I'm Danny.
Great. I'm Peter.
I'm greeted by the owner, Pete, who is the most friendly guy. He takes me behind the counter.
And when you put on this, you become a soda jerk.
And shows me how to make an egg cream, which is something that used to be available everywhere in Brooklyn.
You see it's kind of frothing it up? Overflow a little bit.
I really think that it's inspired me to introduce it to the judges because I think they'll really love it. Let's go. Okay. Pete takes me down the street and we walk into Colony and the restaurant's beautiful. It's made out of recycled materials. This is great. They tell me about what's in season.
Doing a lot of great things with rhubarb in the kitchen, but we're also making an awesome rhubarb ginger daiquiri in the bar.
I think that would be really lovely to use rhubarb in my dish. Navigating my way through Brooklyn and I come across the One Girl cookie shop. There's little cookies everywhere, there's little cupcakes. I feel like this really represents to me what Brooklyn is about.
Cakes, cookies, cupcakes,
Yeah.
whoopie pies, whatever you like.
What's a whoopie pie?
Whoopie pie.
Yeah.
It's 2 soft layers of a cake-like cookie
Yeah.
with a creamy filling.
I've never even heard of a whoopie pie before. So
That's
it's
a
really
pumpkin
soft.
whoopie pie. It's very soft.
It's so yummy. It's like nothing that I've had before. And it's a dish that I think that would really excite the judges. I'm so excited to cook them. I hope the judges love them. I'm sure they will. So thank you so much.
Thank you
nice
so
to
much.
meet you.
Okay.
I walk into Union Market and I'm actually blown away by the produce. It's organic and it's really exciting. Butter is just like creamy white and it's made in New York. The eggs are organic. And the salsa, it's vintage salsa.
I'm gonna put some things aside just in case I've only got a budget, so. Do you take Westpac?
Yeah, sure. I feel like it's all clicked into place. I'm going to take an idea from each of the places that I visited and present the judges with an array of Brooklyn sweet treats.
Walking down the streets in Harlem, there's so many different places to gain inspiration. There's the hole-in-the-wall restaurants, there's the family-run markets, there's the graffiti on the walls, there's the music in the streets, it's the language, it's the people, and that's what I want to really encapsulate today. In East Harlem, there's a famous barber, Claudio, and he's a man that's been in the town for 60-odd years.
I used to be all Italian when I came over here. I even like the Puerto Rico rice and beans.
Rice and beans, yeah. By the sounds of it, Harlem's a real melting pot of cultures, and that's exciting to hear, and it means that the food's going to be great. Yes, please. Harlem is so famous for its African-American culture, you know, the soul food, the comfort food.
Anything cooked with passion and soul can be considered soul food.
I'm going to cook a spicy crusted catfish with pickled collard greens and candied yams.
So normally with collard greens, you're supposed to cook them with ham hock.
Collard greens are spinachy sort of green, and they're really a staple of soul food, and I'd love to be able to use those, but freshen them up a little bit, make them a little bit more vibrant and add something a bit more to a dish.
A lot of vinegar on them because that's going to make them a little bit
Vinegar,
light.
a little bit of chili. It's been a great experience visiting Harlem, and I got to meet some incredible people and really experience the food and culture.
I get the food cart trinket, and it means I get to explore street food. The first person I meet is Maru at Biryani Cart, and he's cooking Bangladeshi food.
Every single thing I make, authentic homemade sauce, okay?
Beautiful.
I made everything by myself.
I guess getting the food cart gives me a lot of freedom. It doesn't confine me to one cuisine or one part of New York, and there's a lot of options there. The other thing is that it might give me too many options and therefore make it quite difficult.
See you later.
Visiting Martin at the King of Flavour taco cart, he actually lets me come into the cart and cook a taco with him, and that's the next bit of inspiration I need. It's the theatre of street food. It's the cooking it in front of the customers. That's what I need to see, and that's the love of food. In the markets, the first thing I need to buy is a beautiful bit of fillet steak. That's the key to my dish. It's going to add that Park Avenue factor, though, and that's the start of what I think is going to make a winning combo.
$73.95.
Thanks. One of the big things I've taken away from today is that there's no point in cooking food if it's not coming from the heart. That's the exact essence of street food that I want, and I'm going to take that today and make sure that the food I cook is from here and that I love my dish. I've collected all my groceries and now I'm going to get to New York International Culinary Centre where I've got 90 minutes to cook my dish, and I'm really excited and I'm really ready to cook.
Come on, guys, let's go. Look at those smiles, huh?
Come on, Michael, can you come? Here's Sun, come on, Sun.
Sun with flowers.
Are you pumped?
Yeah.
Full of ideas? Inspired?
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what you're going to cook.
Yep, you've got 90 minutes to produce a brilliant dish. Your time starts now.
Very first challenge in New York, and in 90 minutes, basically, we have to pull all guns out. And if you do the worst dish, basically, you are in a lockdown. It will be sucks.
Sorry, Billy.
Going into an unfamiliar kitchen somewhere you've never cooked before, it definitely slows you down.
Is that a can opener? How does that thing work?
You have to find things that you don't know exactly where they are, and that makes things a lot harder.
Today I'm cooking my version of a taco. I'm going to call it the 43rd Street Taco, named after the street of the taco stand I went to.
The big risks in my dish today is timing and get everything done in 90 minutes. And the steak that's got to be cooked perfectly and taste great with the rest of the dish.
Just as a twist on a taco, it's going to be a bit more fancy, a bit more Park Avenue.
Josh, firstly, what is going on with the moustache?
It's like, I am here to cleanse the pool. You just got to grow it so you can give it a bit of a twist on the side.
A little twiddle.
Can we have a look at the catfish?
Has it got a moustache like you?
Did you try this?
No, I didn't really.
That's weird because you know what? Now you're planning a dish, you've got this whole thing in your head, but you've not tried it. You've got no idea what it tastes like.
It's a great point that George and Gary made, so I get on to cooking up a test batch and sampling some of the fish. It tastes muddy and like a bottom-feeding fish. So I don't know if using catfish is the wisest choice. Right. To come all the way to New York City and then to only cook once and only get that little bit of a huge city would be devastating. The challenge today is to gain inspiration from New York City and to create a dish within 90 minutes. Interesting. The main concern for me today is cooking the catfish. I've never really cooked freshwater fish, let alone catfish. I get on to cooking up a test batch and sampling some of the fish. It tastes muddy and like a bottom-feeding fish. I hope that it's something that's going to improve with a bit of spice and the acid from the vinegar in the pickled greens.
Hey, baby, baby. I want to make my mark in New York, and it is a big city. You should get inspired. So I'm taking risk, and I'm doing 2 dishes.
Billy, how you going, mate?
I'm good, I'm good.
And you went to the Bronx?
Yes, there's a rough side and then there's an Italian side.
The Bronx is the Little Italy area. First thing inspired me is definitely the graffiti. I love street art, so I definitely want to put it on a plate.
So what's the dish?
The first is an appetizer. This is our local Little Next clams, serve it fresh. I have to do it because people are just having clams right outside of the shop. Wow. How you guys will serve it? It's just Tabasco?
If you want, a lot of people put lemon and vinegar on a clam or oyster. That's a very simple way of doing it. It's nice and refreshing.
I tried one, and it's pretty good.
And I'm gonna serve with like a Tabasco dressing for you.
So pretty much like you saw on the sidewalk, yeah?
Pretty much.
And the main course, what are you doing?
The main course is ossobuco. I'm gonna keep to the Little Italy flavors.
You've got an hour and 10 minutes to go. Are you going to get this cooked in time, this ossobuco?
Yeah, I gotta put straight into the pressure cooker soon.
Hey, hey. Hey, stick it up here.
Sorry, I'm gonna put it in.
I have my ossobuco in the pressure cooker at the back of the kitchen.
How you going?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Next thing I do is the hot pepper spray for the clam.
Oh, hot. I think I'm doing something a little different to everybody else, which is kind of typical, so hopefully it works. Exploring Lower East Side this morning, the building that really inspired me was the New Museum of Contemporary Art.
God, that's perfect. It's a building that I've personally been fascinated with for years. My theory is if I can come up with something that represents that building, I should be able to represent the area. The only thing I can think of that I could do that with is a cake. Walking along through the neighbourhood and there are delis everywhere, but I can see the big one on the corner, Kat's Deli. Even I've heard of this deli. Kat's is famous for its pastrami sandwiches and its pickles and its hot dogs, and for that scene in When Harry Met Sally.
We've been eating here for at least 50 years.
Yeah? So should I be getting the pastrami from here?
This old man's lovely, but it's his wife who's really helping me out today. She tells me about a Rosh Hashanah honey cake, and it sounds like exactly what I need.
Yeah, and is that just honey or is there different spices?
Well, honey is the taste of it.
You've got one massive bowl
Yeah, I
of what
know.
looks to be like a cake mixture or something
It is
over
a
there. What are you
giant
making?
I am making a Rosh Hashanah Jewish cake.
Did you taste this cake when you were in the Lower East Side?
Well, I didn't get to taste it.
Why would you pick a cake that you've not tasted before?
The judges are a little unsure as to why I'd make a cake that I haven't tasted before.
That's what I saw that really went into my head.
And it's probably up there with the scariest judges' visits I've ever had.
So how are you gonna? I don't.
I'm gonna stack it.
Okay, wow, interesting.
They don't seem too enamoured with the concept.
You're gonna deliver that building on a plate.
That's what I'm gonna try.
The judges want something that's restaurant quality, and if I can't make it fine enough, it won't be restaurant quality.
When I went to Astoria, the first thing I noticed was how smoky, dirty, noisy it was. But then there was also this beautiful florist and little marigold flower beds everywhere. So I want that smokiness, but that vibrancy as well. I'm doing smoked lamb racks with a honey thyme custard and a cucumber essence.
On my tour of Astoria was the Greek bakery. And I picked up some beautiful thyme-infused honey. And I know honey is a huge ingredient used in Greek food. I tried a beautiful Greek custard flan. I had this light bulb moment that I want to put a savoury custard on my plate. The biggest thing that surprised me was just how much inspiration I got from talking to people and then creating a dish. I feel like I'm filling the brief for the judges today. I'm bringing a dish to them that's inspired from my trip around Astoria, but yet is able to be served in the penthouse of an apartment on Park Avenue.
I'm just making my honey thyme custard because I need to get that onto steam straight away before I start working on anything else.
Once I've cooked the custard until it's thick, I then pour it into some little moulds and then I can pop it into the steamer and it'll take about 20 minutes to set. Now I need to move on to Frenching my lamb racks.
A little reminder for all of you, you're in a kitchen in New York City, and this kitchen is where your dreams are going to be made. You've got 1 hour to go. Come on.
Today I'm going to be cooking some sort of old school sweet treats from Brooklyn. A vanilla egg cream, a rhubarb cupcake with lemon curd and meringue, and a pumpkin whoopie pie with bacon and maple syrup.
Some of these things I have no idea what they are. Whoopie
long
pie,
as it tastes
salsa,
amazing
I know what
and
it
then
is.
we're inspired.
You know what I'm interested about? Is that lemon curd?
Yeah.
That is luminescent.
I tell you
yellow.
why it is. Because
Wow.
the eggs that I've used, the organic eggs, are like yellows. I'm trying to use some produce that is organic where possible.
Every ingredient that I bought today is either in season, organic, or has been made or produced within 100 miles from Brooklyn.
Can I just get this in, please? I have to get it in the oven.
I'm really starting to freak out because this cake is meant to be in the oven already.
I'm baking this cake quite thin, so I'm hoping it's only going to take about 20 minutes, 30 minutes to bake. Behind, sorry, darling.
Even if they take 20 minutes to cook, it means I've only got half an hour to cool and ice them. I'm definitely starting to freak out. I've still got to cook it, and then I've got to cool it.
Okay, coming in.
And then I've got to come up with this ridiculously complicated structure. I've got 50 minutes and my cakes are just in the oven. I've just got to cross every finger I have.
Sorry, behind. Kate, is this the oven that is savoury?
I don't know. Today, we have 90 minutes to cook a dish inspired by the neighbourhood we've just visited.
Uptown, Midtown, Chinatown,
Funky Town!
You've got 45 minutes to go. Fire. We've sent them out to every corner to explore all these different areas.
Okay,
Yeah, you
so
got it? I wanted to go to every area with them and experience what they went through.
A beautiful challenge, a chance for them to cook a dish that represents these areas and to blow us away with amazing flavours.
Can I borrow one of those burners, Kate? What was that? I need one of those burners. Okay.
The dish I'm cooking today is a ginger and scallion lobster with a shellfish rice and bok choy. Coming up the subway stairs into Chinatown is just an assault on the senses. There are bright colours, there are loud noises, there are pungent smells, so much beautiful fresh food. I'm really keen to explore not just the street-level Chinese cuisine, but also high-level Chinese cuisine. I find my way to the Red Egg, and Chef Darren takes me into the kitchen, and he's so free with his information, and he shows me some of the dishes that he has on his menu.
We diced up the shrimp, so the shrimp and the scallops are going to be about the same size diced up.
The things that are going through my head is to try and incorporate some beautiful lobster, and I think that if I plate it carefully, I can make it look
Thank you.
like it's suited to a 5-star restaurant. One of my major pressure points is that I've never cooked lobster before. Overcooked lobster tastes like rubber and it's just not good. So I have to get it perfect.
It's a bit of a challenge, but I'm going to try and make a lobster reduction to serve with my dish. Hot, 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 hot. Hot. Hot.
You want it hot?
Yeah, it's not getting hot. Can you put it, yeah.
It's not on hot, that's why, Elspeth.
I've explored the meatpacking district, and the dish that I will be cooking today is dry-aged beef with tomato ravioli and a coriander pesto. This area is really cool. There's cobblestones on the road, there's trendy women walking past me in big high heels, and I know that I need to incorporate that trendiness some way into the rustic, butchery, meaty area that it used to be.
We specialise in dry-aged meat.
I've never had dry-aged meat before. It's the process where they hang up the meat in near-freezing conditions and they say it tastes a lot better. So I'm going to cook dry-aged beef today. I love it. Spice Market Restaurant is this funky restaurant.
Hello, Anthony. I'm Ellie. Nice to meet you.
When I meet the chef, he's just so passionate and helpful. I'm trying to combine all the things that I've seen today, but I don't know whether that's too much happening.
Do a seared beef with something robust and flavor.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
I think I've got a good dish. Is it okay if I borrow some oil?
The thing that I'm worried about is whether or not the flavours are going to mesh well together.
With 40 minutes to go, I realise I haven't been working fast enough. I probably planned to do too much.
Sorry.
I popped the cupcakes into the oven and I need to start on my whoopie pies. A whoopie pie is a cross between a cookie and a cake with flour and spices, pumpkin puree, molasses, sugar and oil. I'm sort of guesstimating exactly how to make these because I've never even made them before.
It looks like the consistency that Dave showed me in the shop. Very strong molasses flavour.
It just tastes like something I would feed my horse, but I kind of need to go with it because what else am I supposed to do?
32 minutes to go. Finally got them all, friends.
Going into my smoke mix today is dried oregano, dried mountain tea, some bay leaves and salt and pepper. Ideally, I'd like to smoke the lamb racks for about 7 to 10 minutes. I think that's all they'll need to take.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
That's right, I'm just going to go over the top. I'm just going to steam some corn next to you. How about that?
Running like 110 miles an hour at the moment. I'm just...
I'm doing pulled beef, which is my spin on pulled pork, which is a very popular American sandwich. So I'm going to marinate my beef and then tear it up into little shreds to just add a little bit of extra texture and rich meat to my taco.
Michael?
Chefs.
Food carts.
Food carts.
The dish, what is it?
So it's a fillet steak, marinated in my Mexican rub. I'm just going to cook that to...
Smells beautiful.
Yes, I've got anchovies, chipotles, some cumin, some coriander. I've got this beautiful pink corn from the market. I've never seen it before, but it looks really funky. I've got some griddling at the moment, and I've got a bit of food theatre for you guys.
You've really listened to this challenge and you're taking inspiration. I love it.
What you should be nervous about is all the chili.
Well, just bring a cloth and I'll be all right.
Right,
yeah?
beautiful.
I've got 30 minutes to go and my cakes are in the oven. I am basically playing an agonising waiting game. I have to wait for them to cook and then I have to cool them quickly so that I can get the icing to stick.
With half an hour to go, I need to pipe the whoopie pies onto a tray and get them into the oven.
I hate piping.
Sorry, Kate, I'm going to be taking cakes out behind you.
Okay. My cakes have just come out of the oven. They look really good. They also look really hot.
Cool.
So I've got to get them in the freezer if I'm going to have any chance of pulling this off.
Sun, really hot behind you. Really hot, really hot.
I grabbed my lamb out of the smoker and I instantly realised it's been overcooked. I don't have any more time to French more lamb racks, cook and smoke some more. I'm just going to have to serve these to the judges, and this might be what gets me into elimination.
Today we have to cook a dish that's been inspired by the area that we visited. The winner today gets a really good prize. They get an advantage in tomorrow's challenge.
I'm just worried that my dish isn't very impressive.
And the loser of today's challenge goes into lockdown. They don't get to see any more of New York City. It is like the worst repercussions of any challenge ever.
Sorry, Lana.
I'm a bit worried the meat might be slightly overcooked, but I've learnt from experience that it's better than them being raw, because that's what got me into bottom elimination last time.
Hey, Alana, what's the pastry box there?
Well, I couldn't go to a Greek bakery without bringing back a little treat for you both.
Oh, baklava! Oh!
Hide, behind, hide.
I'm on my A game today. I've hit my straps and everything's coming off. Nothing's gone wrong. My whole plan is coming together and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking the way I'm cooking today.
Guys, pressure's on now. You really need to give it everything you've got. You've got 15 minutes to go.
I'm out of time. I have to start cutting this cake if I'm going to get a chance of getting anything on the plate. The problem is that when I start cutting, it's not cold. This cake is still warm and it is crumbling under my knife.
I just hope they're okay.
I love lobster, and this is tasting good. I might have actually cooked my first lobster and had it work.
When the ravioli comes out of the pan, I'm actually really happy with it.
How long till you're finished?
I'm just about to get them off. Do you just need that
Yeah,
spot?
straight after you.
The last few minutes are critical for me. It's when I've got to get everything cooked and onto the plate.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
But our space is being invaded by everybody else that needs a hot plate too, and it's getting very squishy.
Hot, hot.
Hot pan.
Are you using this, Aiden?
To finish off my tortillas, all I need to do is chuck them in a pan with a bit of oil. And they need about a minute and a half on each side and they'll be perfect, ready to go.
Super hot.
Oh my God, a piece fell on the floor.
Super hot pan. On your back, Danny. Hot pan.
Yeah, they're actually...
Danny, they're going on a bit far, haven't
They've gone too far. The oven was up probably a bit too high.
Right.
With 10 minutes to go, I get the whoopie pies out of the oven and they're burnt around the edges.
You happy with the cupcakes?
They're okay.
You've got 10 minutes to go. You just got to push through.
I don't think I have anything that I can serve the judges. I can't just serve up a egg cream milkshake. Like, that's just ridiculous. It would be way easier to just run and go back to Sydney at this point.
Oh, this is so shit.
Just want to run and hide under a blanket.
It's really disappointing not to put up something that I'm even remotely proud of.
I've got no other choice but to put my cupcakes up and make my egg creams.
On your back, Julie.
Very hot, very hot.
They explored the Little Italy in the Bronx, and apparently that's where they filmed The Godfather. So I have to have some blood splat on my plate.
Can I have that one?
Yeah, I don't know whose that is.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, come on off
Hot pan.
You got 6 minutes, guys.
Sorry.
6 minutes.
Where are you going?
Coming on.
Talk. Fine, hot pan.
Through. Sorry.
The cake is too warm, and every time I try and spread the icing onto it, bits of the cake are crumbling away and falling off. If I keep trying to ice this, I'm going to be icing a pile of crumbs.
Time.
Guys, 2 minutes to go. Come on, final push.
Watch out, hot pan. All right, that's hot.
Come on, let's go, guys. Come on.
Shaking like a leaf. Hot pan, Hayden.
Yep.
With the cucumber essence, I'm going to pop them in a separate bowl for the judges to pour in just before they eat.
Remember, this is the City of Dreams. Come on, Danny. Come on, son. 10 seconds.
Go, Lana, come on.
5,
come on.
4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Tools down. Well done, guys.
Well done, guys.
I got them all done. I'm really happy with them.
Within 90 minutes, I'm the only person who did 2 dishes, I think.
I got it done. It looks all right. It might look a little simple. Soul food is quite rustic and, you know, it's not fine. And I hope that my dish is sort of high-end enough to impress the judges.
I guess there's a small fraction of hope, and that is that somebody else could have also had a bad day in the kitchen. There's only 8 of us though, so I don't know if anybody else has done quite as badly as I have.
Wow, what a challenge. We sent you out to the 8 corners of New York to find inspiration on the streets. And I think inspiration you found, yes?
Definitely.
Today we have a very special guest judge, a man who is synonymous with the very best in restaurants that this city has to offer. Born and trained in France, he conquered this city with his immaculate French food. He has 3 Michelin stars. He is the Uber chef of New York, from Le Bernardin, Eric Ripert.
Yeah.
I get to serve my food to Eric Ripert. Freaking unreal.
I am Eric Ripert, chef of Le Bernardin in New York City. New York is a great source of inspiration. It's a melting pot. It's definitely a lot of different cultures and ethnicities.
Pick up 35.
It's a very fast-paced kind of city in terms of trends and creativity. So if you stay still for 1 minute, you are behind. You have to work, think, and produce, and always question yourself and evolve.
Eric, welcome to MasterChef in your own hometown. If anyone understands the spirit of New York, it's Eric. So, your dish better have captured the spirit of the borough, of the corner of the city that you've explored. If it does, if it is the best dish, you get a phenomenal prize, a unique insight into the next challenge, and also the power to influence how the challenge shapes up. Lose, and you're in instant lockdown and facing elimination later on this week.
I've only just started here in New York. There's no way I want to see myself being locked away, not being able to partake in any more challenges. So I am shaking in my boots right at this moment.
Right, it's time to taste your dishes. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, guys. Carrying the dish down to the judges, it's quite daunting, but I've put my heart into it. I've taken the influence from Harlem and really tried to put that on a plate. George. Thank you. Gary.
So where have you been? Because I see some collard greens, and that means north of Manhattan.
Eric, it was Harlem. I really got to experience that soul food, comfort food, and this is what's inspired the dish today.
So what is the dish exactly?
The dish is spicy and crusted catfish with pickled collard greens and candied yam.
Right, let's get into it.
Hayden, what are the greens?
They're collard greens. It's an interesting taste, but I thought that maybe if I pickled them and freshened them up a little bit, that'd be a good idea, and I think they taste all right.
Mate, they taste great.
I like the pickling because it counteracts the richness of the fish.
For me, that collard greens, raw collard greens, inspired idea, really like it.
I would gag for a big bowl of them.
Yeah.
The whole balance of the sweet and sour, that pickle, and that sweet yam, and then the catfish is just for me, it's a lovely combination, and it revitalises and refreshes what would otherwise be a completely different dish.
The judges really love my pickled collard greens.
Hayden, beautiful catfish. See you later.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
I could be in with a winning dish here.
Thank you.
I feel really happy that I have represented my experience of Chinatown on the plate. I hope that they will see that, and I hope that they will enjoy the food that I've cooked today.
For me, this is one of the prettiest dishes you've made so far. This is a restaurant-style dish.
When you look at the dish, it's very pretty and simple, but you don't expect so much complexity and layers. It's a lot of different nuances, and I like it very much. The sauce is delicious. Maybe a bit more sauce would be...
Always more sauce.
Even better.
But well done, Kate.
Thank you.
This is the most proud I've felt about any dish that I've cooked, regardless of that the lamb's overcooked. I think that the judges will really love the idea.
Alana, what did you make?
It's a smoked lamb rack with honey thyme custard and just a little cucumber essence.
Did you French the lamb racks yourself?
Yes.
That is brilliant.
It's a very sophisticated presentation, very elaborate.
Thank you.
The lamb, it could have been a little bit pinker, but the flavour, the smokiness is still there, and that goes so well with the custard. The smokiness of the lamb with that thyme custard is beautiful. So I think it's an absolute ripper dish. Well done.
Thank you.
The judges love the dish. They think it's really beautiful, and it's just so warm and fuzzy to hear that kind of reaction, because that's exactly what I wanted to put across on that plate.
Carrying my dish into the judges, I'm just hoping that they like my dish.
I want to ask Eric, looking at this dish, can you place it in New York? Where's it from?
Not far from here. You go this way, and it's the meat market.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where you went, right?
Yes, that's where I went.
The meat is good. Here today in this dish, I see the soul of the meat packet district with the steak, the great meat that you're serving us, which is cooked perfectly. And then I see the trendiness and the complexity and the playfulness around it. It's what the meat packet district is.
Thank you.
You've done a wonderful job, so well done, Ellie. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well done, Ellie.
Thank you.
I'm so excited because it's great to hear really good feedback.
I'm walking in to serve one of New York's best chefs a tray of cupcakes and a jug of milk. This tasting could be the most embarrassing moment for me on MasterChef.
Danny, you huffed and puffed all the way down here. What's going on?
The kitchen got the better of me today, but I presented something that it's a bit of fun, and it is inspired by my experience earlier today in Brooklyn.
What have you got here?
This is my vanilla egg cream, which is sort of like a milkshake spidery drink. And when you are actually making these with a proper soda fountain, you become a soda jerk. So I became a soda jerk today.
Might as well just go for it straight away.
It's an interesting experience.
It's actually beautiful.
I like this a lot. You know what? It's actually, you look at it and you go, ooh, that's going to be really heavy.
Yeah,
but it's actually really refreshing. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Right.
And what have you got here?
So these are my rhubarb cupcakes with the lemon curd.
The cupcakes, they're sweet. There's some lovely flavours in there. And it's a nice story that you bring to us from Brooklyn and where you visited, so thanks for that.
I give you credit for using local ingredients, seasonal ingredients, and you know how to make a nice lemon custard.
Thanks.
This challenge was about two things. One of the elements was cooking, and the cooking side of what you brought us has not been good. But we also asked you to bring an evocative sense of an area. And you brought us a wonderful, evocative sense of Brooklyn. I walked across the bridge with you then. Eric, have you had a vanilla cream before?
No, it's the first time.
So you've lived here for over 20 years?
I never had one.
And Danny's bought you a corner of New York that he's not seen before. So for me, as a journalist who searches for experiences like that, I think that could be your saving grace. Okay, Danny, bit of a smile on your face. Thank you, Eric, indeed. You can go.
Thank you. Thanks.
Walking away, even though I'm completely embarrassed about the things that I presented, the only thing that will get me through is if someone else has just done way worse than me.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I can now transfer the story from the people I met on the streets of New York in their food carts to the judges, and no matter what happens, I'm going to be proud to tell their story because they were so proud to tell it to me.
What do you got there, Michael? What's in there?
There's my smoke to add the sort of the feel of the cart. There was always roasting spices in the carts. Yeah. I've got my little hat, so I look a bit like a vendor. Now, if you let me, I'll just finish off your dishes.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So, to go with it, we've got some tomatoes.
This is an interaction that you don't get at a restaurant. This is the thing that makes food carts special and unique from other dining experiences.
Now, chili.
Sure.
Yeah. These are lightly pickled.
Jalapeno, yeah.
Yeah. Now, chili for you, George?
No, thank you.
No worries. I thought I'd check. It's a fillet steak that's rubbed with the marinade, cooked to rare, served on a salad of corn and black bean.
Michael, I love this, this whole performance. It's fantastic. This is exactly, I think, what we asked you to do. Love the cap, love the smoking spices, if that's what you smell.
It's delicious. It's very loyal to the Mexican culture, but it's one element that is missing, in my opinion, is the avocado. I think if you would have put avocado, we would have been in a Mexican truck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course.
There is this wonderful kind of noisy honking horn cacophony of all those flavours and all those textures. To recreate something you've seen on the streets is quite easy. To take those ideas and move them forward and to put them into a restaurant setting is a lot harder. And the way you've cooked that meat shows you're capable of doing that, and the concept shows you're capable of doing that. So well done.
I want to put my hand in my pocket and pay for it. You know what I mean? You put the hat on and it might look a bit silly, but that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. This is brilliant.
This is a defining moment for me, and that note is something that I'll keep for the rest of my life. It's the first time I've been paid for cooking. It hammers home that this is what I'm meant to be doing, and this is what I'm going to do.
Hi, guys. This is pretty humiliating. I'm carrying a few chunks of cake covered in icing sugar up to Eric Ripert. It's not my proudest moment. very sorry. Right, where to begin?
Tell us where you went.
Okay, I was in the Lower East Side this morning and I first saw the new Museum of Contemporary Art, which is a building that I have personally loved for years and was really excited to see. And I think it just captures so much what the Lower East Side's all about. And then as I was meeting people through the streets, I was in Cats and I met this gorgeous man who'd been eating there for 50 years and he swore it was exactly the same, and his wife was telling me about this Rosh Hashanah honey cake and what a celebration cake it is, and it's so sweet and lovely, and I just wanted to put all of that together, and I haven't. I mean, I've made a cake, but I've made a cake.
Right, let's taste.
Okay.
I think the key here, and the thing that you missed, was that you could have made this into a beautiful dessert. You really could have done.
The concept is not there.
I know.
You know that.
No, I know.
Son, thank you.
Thank you.
I've just aimed too high in the time frame and for my abilities, really. It's something I probably should have thought over.
I came back into the competition. I got nothing to lose. I'm gonna just rock it, risk it, you know, with all my creativity. The look on their face is go. I think, yeah, definitely not the dish that was what they expected, but, you know, that's what it's all about. I want fun on my dish, and I achieved that.
So what did you cook for us?
I got to venture out to the Bronx, and the first dish is little neck clams served with squid ink dressing with some graffiti and your own pepper spray. You probably don't need a lot of pepper spray, yeah. They are Tabasco and like caper juice and a little bit of vinegar.
Billy, I love the fact that I could look at this, I could see the graffiti, I could see this pepper spray, which could double as a paint can. And I know immediately you've come out of the Bronx, a rough, tough area.
It's fun and it's exciting. And you know what? That's going to go out in a dining room and people are going to go, what the hell is that? What is it? And it'll be a talking point. Shall we taste the ossobuco?
I serve the ossobuco braised in Pedro Jimenez with roasted artichokes, salted arugula.
I was so concerned that the ossobuco was never going to cook. Hey, you know what? It's cooked. It's really delicious. I love the flavour of the Pedro Jimenez in there. It gives this really lovely sweetness to it.
I'm slightly confused by some of the flavours. If you put ossobuco on the menu and you bring slow-cooked veal in Pedro Jimenez, it's a different dish. Pedro Jimenez capsicum immediately says classic Spain.
Actually, I think he really created a New York dish with fusion. We live in a city where we have so much diversity, and ending with Pedro Jimenez and mashed potato and ossobuco, it's very New York.
I'm so glad that I can channel my inner creativity on the plate, and the judges appreciate it. I'm very, very happy.
Well, our first tasting in New York, a serious big name in the house, and we've got 6 fantastic dishes vying for the title of best dish of the day.
It's lovely to see that we had 6 fabulous dishes, but clearly 2 that had a disastrous day and didn't deliver. I think we've made the decision, so there's only one thing left to do, and that's to tell them the results.
We've all cooked, the judges have tasted the dishes, now we're about to find out who is the first winner in New York.
You created and cooked dishes today, having explored all corners of this great and vibrant city. What we're looking for is the dish, the one dish that impressed us most. And for that person, you'll get an invaluable insight into tomorrow's challenge. And let me tell you, it's going to set you up beautifully. However, we also looked for the least impressive dish of the day. For that person, you'll find yourself in lockdown and facing elimination.
I will be absolutely shattered if that loser is me. I want to explore this city. I want to keep going in this amazing New York week, and to go into elimination today would just be the biggest punch in the face.
I think 6 of you could quite easily be in the frame to be the best dish of the day, but are only going to call the top 3 forward, and they are Alana, Michael, Billy, we had some amazing food today, some really sophisticated food. There can only be one winner. There can also only be one person to announce who that is, and that's the hometown hero, New York's own Eric Ripert. Eric?
So it was not an easy task. The 3 of you did a great job in capturing the neighborhoods where you have been, and the winner is Michael.
Finally, I've got to win. I've been trying so hard, I've been wanting this for so long, and now I've got it. And from Eric Ripert, yes.
So Michael, it was not very easy to bring the spirit of street food, actually coming from a truck, to the sophistication of our table, which is the level of a restaurant. And you did that brilliantly, so congratulations.
Thank you so much. New York, the city of dreams, and for me, my dreams just come true. I love this city.
Michael, we told you there was a big advantage. Doesn't look like much, but in here is your huge advantage going forward into the next day's cooking. Open it in private, take it with you, take Alana and Billy with you, get out there, enjoy the city. You've earned it. Well done. Thank you very much.
I really need to make the most of this advantage, whatever it may be, and this week for me is just going to get better and better.
All right, let's open it. Have a look. Yeah, we're not joking.
Yeah, we're not joking either.
Unfortunately, not all your dishes excited us. Hayden, Kate, Ali. Congratulations, the 3 of you are safe. Guys, you can go home, celebrate, and enjoy the city.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Danny, Sun, you both had a terrible day by anybody's standards. It didn't go to plan. Danny, you went to Brooklyn. You had a great idea, but it just didn't work.
Hopefully I've brought something to the judges that inspires them a little bit more than Sun's dish.
Sun, same goes to you. Lower East Side, the idea of trying to use that cake to replicate a building, I think was flawed.
I'm not feeling very hopeful at the moment, but feeling wishful, I guess, that maybe my cake tastes better than her cupcake.
The 2 of you are standing here, but one of you is going to go into lockdown and face elimination at the end of the week. Danny, you're safe. Sun, I'm sorry, you're going into lockdown and you're facing an elimination at the end of the week.
It's not happening. I knew it was going to happen. Thank you anyway, though.
Danny, but you know what? You just saved yourself by that much. It was a difficult decision. It was the theatre that saved you. Sun?
I know.
You took a recipe from a little old lady with the best intentions in the world to ice it and to recreate that building. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So what we tasted was that little old lady's cake and nothing more.
Yeah.
And that's why you're going to face elimination.
It was a big mistake today.
So I need to just make sure I don't make mistakes like that again.
Soon make the most of this lockdown.
Yeah.
Get your head in the right space. Come back fighting, all right? You promise?
Yeah, promise. And thank you.
Right, you two. Get out of here.
I am about to spend a week in lockdown. I know there's going to be some amazing experiences coming up, and I'm going to miss out on that. The next thing I do is going to be an elimination challenge. It's not the way I was hoping that New York would turn out for me.
Getting back from the challenge to our hotel and discovering it's the Renaissance New York Times Square.
You guys checking in today?
Yes.
Wow, this hotel is off the hook. The rooms are incredible. I can't believe they're letting us stay in.
Well, this is my room.
Being in New York, there's that whole idea of if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I'm really excited. Who knows what this black envelope's going to be? Black's never a good colour.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia, challenges don't come any bigger than this.
Holy moly, guacamole.
Cooking at the United Nations.
Never before has MasterChef catered for an event of this significance.
They have just 3 hours to prepare intricate dishes that they've never made before.
Tuna and me, it's going to be a battle.
For 300 guests.
You all need to move. Come on.
Democracy rules. When the dish with the least votes
What was the green stuff?
sends its maker straight into elimination.
I'm not so convinced, actually. Everything is just going wrong for me.